officially. I'm pretty sure. I think that we're alive officially. We are alive and we're live. We have so many things to talk about. I'm going to let the room fill up. I do also want to watch a video from CoffeeZilla talking about a $190 million insider trading job. That's what I want to look at. I don't know what you guys want to look at today, but that is what I want to look at. I also might do a live trading session here with some of these other folks. I'm in a trading group with some people. We got Dracul in there. We got Crypto the Kid. We got a few other great folks. So we might jump on a call. Let me know if and when you guys want to jump on a call and talk through live. Loot, my man, I am doing wonderfully well. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're doing well. It seems like everyone survived the great crypto shakeout, the great crypto crash. I survived it. I have less money now than I used to, but hey, that's okay. That's how things go. I did want to show you guys this. Look, our favorite project that we've been playing around with, COAI. You're not allowed to place new orders. Please close your position and cancel your order before the delisting time. Oh, of course. What a scam. Oh, my God. Yeah, I bet. I bet. Look at this delisting of COAI. Yeah, I bet. I bet they're delisting it. Hold on. I got to make this into a tweet now. This is wild. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Because I got to tell you guys stories about COAI and all the shady stuff that they've been doing, man. You want to talk about shady stuff? Here we go. I cannot believe COAI just got delisted. That is amazing. And deserved. And deserved. Okay, so COAI has had some of the scammiest scamwicks I've ever seen on it. You're going to have to check this out. You guys are going to have to take a look at this. I'll pull them up right now. But we got washed on... We were correct, by the way. We were correct in our COAI trades. We were correct. And we somehow lost money. How does that happen? I'll show you how that happens. I'll show you how that happens. COI delisted from Blowfin Perps Trading. Let's do a face. Let's do a face. What do we do? A mind blown face? What the heck? Where's the mind blown? There is none here on CMC. What do they call it? This shocked face. Okay, we'll do a thinky face. There we go. Delisted. You know why it got delisted? Let's check it out. Confirm. Let's check it out. Here's why it got delisted. I guarantee you it has to do with this right here. This wick right here is what got him delisted. This one right here. You guys see this? This type of manipulation gets you delisted. That's what happens. It's what gets you delisted. It says that I'm not dropping any frames right now, Loot. It says that I'm not dropping any frames. I don't know. I'll keep tracking it, Loot, but you're saying it's not working well for you? What's up, Priest? Priest watching from YouTube. Maybe YouTube's better. I don't know. Maybe I should stop. Okay, maybe I shouldn't stream to like Kick or something like that. You know what I mean? No one comes from Kick or Twitch anyways. Maybe we should just do YouTube and Twitter and everyone else can just chill out. You know what I mean? Because I think that would help the stream. But I am looking at it and it doesn't appear that that there's any issues on the stream. There's no drop frames. Steve the Canadian says, okay, why aren't they all delisted? Okay, I'll tell you why. So the reason why these things got... Okay, YouTube's been clean. Okay, that's good. Maybe I'll kill it from Kick and Twitch. Again, we got like one viewer on Kick and Twitch, and they're usually bots. So there's no use using any bandwidth for those guys. So check it out. This wick here, it went way up to $10.86. We had a short on it, by the way. And we had our short, and our liquidation price was like $9. I thought there's no way we're ever going to hit it. We're down here at like $7, whatever. It went up here. Then it went way down here, all the way down to $5.75. Diamond Frenzy, thank you so much for reposting the stream. Loot, I'm sorry, man. You know me. I hate when this is not working for people. So I hope that it's working for you, and I hope that it comes back if it's not. But then it started to climb. This is the wick right here. They cleaned out the shorts. They cleaned out the longs. And then they started pumping the chart. That will get you delisted pretty quickly. And it's not the only time they did this. I mean, if you look at some of the movement on these candles on the 5-minute, they are all pretty aggressive moves. Like, look at this. On the 5-minute chart, they're just bouncing around 10%. I'm pretty wild. So why aren't all cryptos delisted? It's because most, like, to get a perps... To get on Blowfin perps, like, you have to have at least some volume, and you have to have some some stability. So the fact that COAI got delisted is very bearish for it. I wish there was a place. I wish that there was a place where, we just got a kick follow. Shout out to ESCooks38. Looks like a bot. That's okay though. On Kick, we'll take the bots. We'll take anything we can get on Kick. No big deal. Working good at the moment, but sometimes it sucks. So I actually changed a feature on it. I changed a feature on the stream that allowed the bit rate to change with bandwidth. And so if the bandwidth would, instead of dropping frames, now it should just remove your bandwidth a little bit. Does that make sense? So it might happen occasionally. Might happen occasionally. Why is this not looking good? When I say this, I mean the screen size looks weird. There we go. Okay, we'll go there. Going back to Twitter. I did want to watch a video now that we got some guys here. Steve the Canadian, I want to answer his question first, then we'll watch a video together. Actually, I had a question about something that happened last stream. Did this not just happen with ETH and Bitcoin? Last stream, we talked about how shorts and longs can move markets. Wasn't the largest short on Bitcoin just made days earlier? Isn't that manipulated? Oh! Steve the Canadian. I've got news for you, bud. Oh, that's why. It's because I'm on the wrong thing. There we go. This is better. We're going to turn that off. Okay, now this should be working correctly. Yeah, okay. That's a little bit better. Steve the Canadian, I got news for you, buddy. Strap in and get your popcorn because we've got something that we're going to watch together right now. You want to talk about market manipulation. We have probably some of the worst and most egregious market manipulation I've ever seen. Check this out. You guys ready for this? Steve, this is wild. Not sure you've seen this before. I watched it the other day. It's a couple days old now. Voidzilla.
Welcome to an $190 million insider trading analysis someone made.
Hey, Alex, Bitcoin is in from Kick. You guys, we're universal now.
$190 million while the crypto markets were crashing yesterday in light of tariffs that seem to have been preempted by a very specific trader. We're going to get into it. I want to be clear that I'm not accusing anyone of a crime here. Insider trading specifically relates to securities. We've been pretty clear that crypto, especially Bitcoin and Ethereum, are not securities. So I don't even know what this is. I think this is all legal, kind of. I don't think it should be, as you'll see. But the question is, what did this guy know? Okay, how did somebody make $190 million while everyone else was losing their shirts yesterday? If you don't know, there was one of the biggest crashes we've ever seen in crypto. And someone came in 24 hours before and started placing shorts against the market. Short is just when you bet that the underlying asset is going to go down in price and you will make money on that. Now, this all started October 9th at 16:39 GMT time.
Steve the Canadian, check this out. I mean, you think already this is bad enough? Just wait how bad this is about to get. So someone starts opening Bitcoin shorts. So they think that the market's going to go down very simply. And they open these. Look at the timestamps on this. Look at the timestamps. You think that this, a day before, 24 hours, 36 hours, is a coincidence? Just wait.
They start accumulating this Bitcoin short. They initially
Insanity.
put, and this is not chump change, guys. This isn't under your couch, pennies.
$80 million.
This is $80 million that initially gets deposited, and they start placing shorts against Bitcoin. Okay, that's fine. Now the amount is unusual, but that itself is not the unusual part. Then we have Ethereum starts to get.
All right, opening the ETH shorts, totally valid. Always open your ETH shorts. That's fine. No problem there.
Shorted at 349 GMT. Interesting. $30 million gets deposited into this account. Immediately start placing major bets that the market is going to go down. Why is this significant? Well, because at 1457, this is only a few hours later, like 12 hours later, Trump posts on Truth Social that they are calculating a massive increase on Chinese tariffs. This is due to a rare earth mineral dispute. But the point is, nobody knew this was coming, except, of course, maybe this guy, because he.
What up, Aladdin? How's it going? So check this out. So this guy starts opening massive shorts. $80 million of shorts on Bitcoin, $30 million of shorts on Ethereum. All of a sudden, then on Truth Social, Trump threatens tariffs, which will drive the markets down. It's what caused everything that we saw. But it gets worse. Gets worse. Oh, Steve the Canadian. What do I think the chances are it was one of the president's sons? I think that it's very likely. I think it was either Donald Trump. I think it was probably Donald Trump Jr., if I had to guess. Some people are speculating Barron. I don't think so. It might be Trump himself. It might be Trump himself. They have to have someone who has access to $80 million to short Bitcoin and access to short Ethereum $30 million. WLFI has the opportunity. The World Life Foundation, whatever Liberty Fund, BS drama trash that they're pushing, has access to do this.
He's already got these
It gets worse.
multi-million-dollar shorts. Now, where I think this goes from suspicious to downright diabolical is the fact that at this point, the market dips a little bit because you have these threats of tariffs. But the person does not start closing out their shorts yet.
So check this out. Check this out. If you opened $110 million of shorts, 80 million on Bitcoin and 30 million on Ethereum, then the president comes out, the president of the United States of America comes out on Truth Social of all places, Truth Social, by the way, and says, I am canceling meetings with Xi Jinping. We're going to double down on tariffs, massive tariffs for China. If he comes out and says that, a once-in-a-lifetime coincidence, an opportunity for you, don't you close your shorts? I would. Unless you knew that something bigger was coming.
Which I think is very interesting. If you place this huge short bet and then the president tweets something like this, you would think you would close out your order. But not only do they not do that, not only do they not close out their short, they continue to place short bets against Bitcoin. In fact, this person continues to short Bitcoin all the way up till 2049, 23 GMT. Why is that significant, ladies and gentlemen?
Get ready.
It's because 2049 is the last short he places, okay? 2050 GMT. A minute later, 1 minute later, Trump announces they're considering an 100% tariff on China, which of course tanks the market. And this person makes literally $190 million in 24 hours. Meaning the guy was placing shorts up to 1 minute before Trump announces this big, huge 100% tariff.
Guys, let that sink in. Let that sink in. 1 minute, he was still placing shorts up until the tweet went out. Tweet goes out. Minutes later, he closes his position. Everything, it's Armageddon. And he makes $190 million. This is corruption on a scale that we've never seen before. This is why I don't like politics. I'll tell you why. They will try to get you mad and upset about the most random, dumbest things that I do not care about. Do you know what I care about? I care about someone in the Trump administration or in the Trump family stealing $190 million from all of us. That's what they did. And by the way, they nuked our markets by making a tweet. That's disgusting. That is disgusting. I don't care about this other stuff. I don't care about the social politics, the identity politics, whatever. I want us to make money. And this is crazy. If someone did this in your meme coin, let's say someone did this. If we were in a meme coin together and I had 1% of the supply and I was telling you guys to go buy the coin and I was dumping on you, that is like the textbook reason why everyone hates KOLs. It is 100% valid. I hate the KOLs that do that too. It's trash. I hate it. They are stealing money from you to give themselves money. And look at all the cool people in here. Do you think that I want to steal Diamond Fenzi's money or Alex Bitcoin's money, Jilly, Steve the Canadian, Aladdin, Loot? I'm not here to steal people's money. That's trash. We're here to learn together and all of us to make money because guess what? We can all make money. We are in one of the greatest financial revolutions the world has ever seen with Bitcoin. Everyone can make money. So you guys would have a right to be mad at those KOLs. Then there's this. Those KOLs are making like 10 grand, 50 grand, 100 grand, which is a lot. $190 million stolen from the ecosystem.
Tariffs. And then, by the way, immediately as if he knew something, we start seeing the shorts close only
legal,
30 minutes later. So both the ETH and Bitcoin short closed 30 minutes later. By the way, these accounts were funded by the same people. This is the same person making these trades. So to recap, this person not only times the same day that a big announcement was made, he makes these $110 million short against crypto. He then also conveniently waits past the initial tweet about tariffs until the most significant announcement, which is the 100% tariffs. And he's shorting it up to 1 minute before that. Guys, this is some of the most blatant crime is legal moments we've seen. $190 million. And the question is anything going to be done? No, actually, I can already answer that for you. Probably not. But I think what we are seeing here is just the rise of insider trading across the board. I think it's disgusting. I think it ruins capital markets, and it's bad.
Steve the Canadian says, when I call Trump a grifter, this is the stuff I talk about. He's good for the country? Yes. Is he good for business? No. Him and Saylor are grifter crypto under disguise? 100%. And this is where, I don't understand where we got to as, a community or as a country, etc. It's okay to say, hey, Trump is good in these ways and Trump is bad in these ways. Stealing $190 million from the crypto community by running shorts up till 1 minute before you tweet about 100% tariffs on China, that's bad. Regardless, there's no world where you could justify that. That's not good for anyone. Does that help you in the crypto community? Does that help the average American? Does that help anybody? Right? Now, obviously, I'm speculating that it was someone very close to him, but clearly it was someone very close to him. Whether it was a son, whether it was him specifically, I don't know. But you tell me. 1 minute up until the tweet was sent out, they opened up $80 million plus worth of Bitcoin shorts. Then they closed them. They didn't close them after the Truth Social posts. They kept buying. They kept shorting. They were shorting the blood, which is a scary thing to do. We perps trade. Shorting the blood there, that's a scary thing to do. They did it confidently. Another $50 million in shorts opened. The tweet goes out. 1 minute later, they close their position. You tell me. You tell me.
But I don't really know what to do about it because it just seems like everywhere we're seeing the insider trading. I don't know if some of you remember there was a time where, Trump was going to post on his Truth Social that it's a good time to buy crypto and people were buying SPY calls immediately before it. But this is just completely blatant stuff, just given the perfect timing of it all and the size of the bets that were made under such kind of sniper.
Steve, that's a good point. Forgetting about the billions they made slaughtering the Solana market. Trump's gained over $2.3 billion in less than a year. That's why I always find it funny. By the way, this might sound like I hate Trump. I hate politicians. I do. It just is what it is, man. I don't like them. Democrat, Republican, it doesn't matter. They're all the same. Politicians are all the same. I despise them. They want to tax you. They want to take your money. They want to give themselves increases. They can insider trade. And they do. Have you seen Nancy Pelosi? She's the greatest trader in the history of the markets, other than maybe this guy now. They're all the same. So it's not a Trump thing. Republicans, Democrats, all the same. That's why I'm a libertarian. I don't want to pay taxes. I don't want you to tell me what to do. I don't want to fund your wars. I don't want any of that. Just don't bother me. Let me do my thing. Stay away from me. That's what I want. And I don't want to tell you what to do. If Aladdin wants to live his life a certain way, I'm not here to tell him what to do. He knows what's best for him better than I do. And I guarantee he knows what's best for him better than the government does. So just do your thing. Don't bother each other. But Steve the Canadian says that's forgetting the over $1 billion they made slaughtering the Solana market. They just reported the other day that Trump's gained over $2.3 billion in less than a year. 100%. So Trump doesn't take a the salary for being president is like $400,000. And his big thing is like, oh, I don't even take a salary. I don't need it. Okay. You made $2.3 billion. Who cares if you take your salary? And how much money did you extract through Trump? Not only Trump, what about Melania? Can we go look at that chart real quick? What's Melania looking like, guys? Huh? What's Melania looking like? The president of the United States tweeting about a meme coin. What's Melania looking like? What's the market cap? What do the top traders do on Melania? Not as bad as Trump, at least I will say that. But what was the all-time high on Melania? 6 billion? 7 billion? What was it? How do we get the all-time? I want to go back. Let's see this together. Let's do this 2025. Let's do 2024. It's not even showing. Oh, here we go. 1 year. Look at this. Look at this. You tell me. You tell me what this looks like. You tell me this. It wicked to 10.7 billion. And then it just that is a crime. Now again, it's not typically a crime. Like it's not like they're going to go to jail because it's not illegal. But Steve the Canadian saying, "Don't forget, look at all the money they stole. They stole this money. This money's stolen. Hayden, all those people, this money's stolen, guys. Don't forget about that." What's Trump coin looking like? Where's it at? What's Trump looking like? What did Trump wick to? Trump only wicked to 15 billion? I thought it was higher than that. Look at these charts. We all got scammed. I'm going to check out SNX. This one here, Alex Bitcoin. Looks like an ETH play. Optimism. Optimism's only at 824 million right now. Wasn't it much higher than that, or am I tripping out? 1.2 billion. Oh yeah, okay, there we go. I was gonna say I thought that we have an all-time high on Optimism of a little bit higher than that. That's not bad. Optimism is pumping 93% over the past 24 hours. What's making Optimism go? Alex, do you know? What's the news on Optimism? That's not what I want though. Did I grab the right one? How come it's not showing on CoinMarketCap? That's weird. Wait, am I tripping out? This is Synthetics. Oh, got it. Synthetics Network on Optimism. Okay. Sorry, I'm like, it's early here. Still where I'm at. Any news there? That's cool. Pumping Synthetics. Can we perpetrate it? That's what we want to know. Canadian Steve says thinks the administration is fully aware the average attention span is 3 months. You can just shut up and start again with no issue now. 100%, dude. People's memories are so short. So short. The people that scammed you like a month ago, 2 months ago, 3 months ago, you're forgetting about it all the time. I never forget it. That's like the most profitable thing you can do is just remember who scammed you.
Precision.
That's
At
it.
least that's what it looks like to me. But I also wanted to say this isn't the only place where this is happening. This YouTuber Cheddar Flow has a tool where they analyze options, and they pointed out that recently there's been a big AMD announcement where they partnered with OpenAI. OpenAI is going to, receive some of their stock, and conveniently, people were making bets on that as well immediately before it.
Also,
the most insane insider trade of the entire year just happened. An AMD whale bought 6 million plus of out the money calls, which was super unusual. Cheddarflow actually posted on X right as that occurred. And then only 2 trading days later, we had news that OpenAI took a 10% stake in AMD. And those calls that these whales loaded only 2 trading days before were already up 300%.
So yeah, I just wanted to point out that it's not just crypto where this is happening. Seems like across the board. By the way, I love the title of this.
But like, how hard is this? How hard is this to catch? This is super easy to catch. Why don't these people go to jail? Why aren't these people in prison? If Steve the Canadian walked down the street and stole a woman's purse with $20 in it and ran away, he'd go to jail, at least in America. America puts you in jail for anything, basically. But if you steal $6 million from people, $190 million from people, nothing happens. Nothing. Which one's worse?
It says this has to be illegal, except I don't think anything's going to happen about it. And that seems to be the rough vibe in the industry recently. It's that like, hey man, it might not be technically kosher, but if you can get away with it, you're probably fine. And it seems like most people are getting away with it in this market. Even the Nobel Peace Prize isn't safe from people front running. This is the poly market of it. And as you can see, this is where it finally got announced, the winner. But before that, traders were already basically pricing in the fact that somebody knew ahead of time that the person who won was going to win hours before. And they made a bunch of money doing that. So there's insider trading, an opportunity to insider trade across the board for people who have that sweet, sweet insider knowledge. And it doesn't seem like a lot's being done about it. In fact, specifically, the smartest thing to do is just know what Donald Trump's going to post on Truth Social ahead of time, since so much of our market is now just moving based on tariff threats. That's like where the real alpha is. It used to be you had to buy a Bloomberg terminal. Now you just have to know what he's going to post ahead of time, which, for the record, I think is a great way to run our economy. Welcome to an 100.
Real quick, by the way, guys, when we talked about this a lot, whenever something moves because of politics, always go the other way. They're always threatening each other with something. So like that's why during the big drop, that's why we were taking out longs. Like we knew that this was going to come back and come back quickly. If the reason the market is dipping is because of a threat of some random tariffs, like this drop here, the tariffs never hold. You guys, tariffs are not like sound economic policy. We know this. Economists have known this forever, you guys. So we're not like stressed out about these tariffs because they're not going to stick. They're not going to hold. Alex Bitcoin, you say you lost all your money on this, man. I hope not. I hope not, because that sucks. I feel for you. I know people who got wrecked. I know people who got wrecked, and it just sucks. I mean, I lost money too. I didn't get as wrecked as many people. I didn't have as many big perps trades open. You guys know which perps trades we had open. We're at 4.9K now. Our portfolio is down around 10%. But I feel for you, man. I feel for you. I was looking at Bitcoin. I think we can open a long. We can maybe open a long today, and we could just monitor it while we're on stream. Should we do that? I think that long is what we're looking at. What is the same structure? Target 180 on Aster. Can someone summarize? All right, I'm gonna get. I got some of the quants looking into what we should be trading. Or if you guys want to jump in VC, I can. Let's see what they got. Let's see what the quants can do for us. I wanted to share with you guys something else. Check this out. Where is it? I have to find it. Was it Artemis flows? It might have been our Artemis flows. So check this out. Where are we at? I don't think it was chain compare. I'm looking for, so I want to show you guys how data can help you identify big moves. Check this out. Perps volumes. Let's do 100% stacked. Here we go. Check this out. July, August. I want to go back further though. I don't want 3 months. I want 6 months. This might look like an eyesore to you guys, but check this out. This is where all the data lives. This is where it all lives. What's 6 months ago? We're in October. 6 months ago would have been April. And I don't think we want perps volume. What did we want? We wanted DEX volumes, I thought. DEXs. Here we go. Let's check this. I think that this is what I was looking at the other day. There we go. 6 month period. Okay, check this out. So this looks like an eyesore for you guys. Don't worry. But you want to know how you front run a move? Let's go take a look, boys and girls. This was a trade that I took that actually did really well. And I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why. Here's Pancake Swap. Here's Pancake Swap. Check this out. Right around here in April of this year, we start seeing it go up. And it goes up all the way to $4.30 before the big crash. Now it's sitting around $3.40, right? But you could have gotten in here around April, May at like $1.50, okay? Now, check this out. When you're talking about data, this blue section here, like kind of this interior blue section, I know that keeps coming, but you guys see the blue section I'm going over? This is the DEX volume that came through Pancake Swap. So way back here in May, we start to see it. Do you see how like it starts to, I don't know why it keeps, I want to turn off this thing. I don't want to hover. How do I do that? It's not allowing. I don't think I can. So let me instead take a screenshot here. This is where you guys are, your minds are about to be blown, you guys. It's going to be wild for you guys right now. Where is our main browser? It's right there. Okay, so here's Paint. It's not a Sakasso moment, but check it out. Okay, so we have, okay, is this working? There we go, perfect. All right, so this blue right here, this blue channel that I'm drawing on, this is all Pancake Swap. All of this is Pancake Swap DEX volume compared to all the other chains out there. So when we're trading meme coins, there's nothing really underlying the asset. I like to look at social volume, social media metrics through Lunar Crush. That's what I like to do because it tells me what coins people are talking about. But check this out. The DEX volume on Pancake Swap started to grow. You guys see this growth right here? Look at this. Look at all this growth that Pancake Swap had from around late April to July, August to August of some type. Look at this growth in DEX volume. And so if you would have seen this growth in DEX volume, which I could have shared, by the way, I apologize for not sharing this, but this is something that I track in Artemis. You see this DEX volume starting to grow. Obviously, the coin is going to go up. You want to talk about insider? This is like insider trading almost. You see something obvious. If the price of Pancake Swap in April is $1.50, call it $1.50, whatever. If that's what it is, if that's where we're at, even call it $2. And then I tell you that the DEX volume running through PancakeSwap is going to 3x, 4x, 5x. Do you think the price is going to go up or down? Of course you think the price is going to go up. Of course. So we could have bought it around here, and we could have ridden it all the way up until we started to see this perps volume fall off, which it kind of evened out around here, and it started to even out a little bit. Now, it takes a little bit of time for markets to catch up. So I don't know if PancakeSwap is a good buy right now or not. I think it might be somewhat priced in. Maybe it's good. Maybe it's not. I don't know. But PancakeSwap is for sure the very clear winner of the BNB rush in terms of DEX. And we saw it happening in April. Does that make sense, you guys? Does that make sense how important that is? This would be like if you were trading a stock and the company said, hey, we had users grow by 500% last month, and the stock price hasn't moved. If a company came in and told you the price or the number of users that we have using our app went up 500%, it went viral, it went crazy, and our stock price was $1, $1, it hasn't changed at all, you have to imagine that that stock price is going to move. This isn't Bitcoin, or sorry, this isn't meme coins. Meme coins that don't have that level of utility. Steve, I don't trust CZ either. I don't. I thought I had one here which was perps volume. Let's check this out. It was it sectors again? Perps volume. Look at Aster though. So here's perps volume. Again, we can look at metrics for some of these things that are like DEXs or broader chains. We can actually look at volume and understand what is happening. So if you look at perps volume here, and we go back again, we'll do our 100% stacked again. Let's do it 100% stacked. You can see Hyperliquid, everyone loses a lot of volume to Aster. Which, by the way, there's some suspicion in the trading community or in the data analytics community that the volume that's coming from Aster is it's maybe not valid. So be careful. But look, this is Hyperliquid here. Hyperliquid's the blue. It gets eaten into. Aster takes over. But Hyperliquid is starting to make a little bit of a comeback here. And Hyperliquid, by the way, has been the king on perps for a very long time. And it's starting to come back. What's happening with Hyperliquid? What's happening with Hyperliquid over the last 7 days? Still down. But what I'm seeing is that Hyperliquid is starting to eat back into that volume. That volume that's coming from Aster, that perps volume, Hyperliquid is starting to come back. And Aster is starting to die a little bit. Now, could they make it come back? I don't know. I know a lot of people love Aster. I know why they love Aster. I'm not saying Aster's bad, but it was doing very well in terms of the volume on perps that it was capturing, and now it's giving some of those wins back. Does that mean that it's going to drop in price? I don't know. I don't know what their plan is for it. But I do know it looks like Hyperliquid is starting to come back a little bit. And I had a chart that was perps volume. I don't know if I have it saved. I don't. And I don't know if I can build it live. I can try. Aster perps volumes. Look, oh, here we go. Aster data. Look, they even have to, on Artemis, call it out. Aster data is sourced directly from their public API. The team is currently looking into discrepancy observed in recent volume data. So even Artemis is suspicious of the Aster data. I'm going to try and build a chart. Let's see if we can't do it. Let's see if we can't do it together live. I want to try to do this together because I want to beat the point home. I know this might be boring for some people. I have a lot of data posts going out today because this is where you win, honestly. There's so much hype. There's so much talk. There's so much fluff being thrown out there. I care about you guys making money. And I do want to get back to the streets. This PancakeSwap thing, I was actually really annoyed with myself that I didn't share it with you guys. Because this was obvious. And again, I'm not talking about turn one Solana into $100,000. I'm not talking about that. What I am talking about is you could have doubled your money on PancakeSwap and there would have been real bite behind why. It would not have been hype. It would not have been, oh, buy this coin because it's going to billions, 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 billions. It would have been the underlying asset, the underlying metric that drives PancakeSwap, DEX volume, is growing. The coin is going to go up, probably, right? There's a lot of other things. Who knows? Trump could make a tweet. It doesn't always work out. We know we're guessing a little bit there. But if you get if you get PancakeSwap at $2 and you sell it at $3, that's a good win, especially because the risk is low. The risk is low because of what we're watching. C says if you watch DEX tools, liquidity was being added and removed hard and fast for the first few days. After that, true volume showed and it dropped. You talking about Aster? Is that what we're talking about? But so let's see if we can customize this chart. Oh, there's going to be a lot. Okay, let's see if we can do this without crashing our computer. It won't let me customize the chart. What's happening here? I want to add metrics. I want to remove metrics. By the way, guys, you can't really see it here because it's the same yellow color, but Apex is actually doing pretty good. Like, Apex might be a play that I want to get in on. But if you close your eyes, Apex is actually just starting to creep up here. I don't know what it looks like here over the last... Oh, it's kind of already up, though. Yeah. Maybe not. Maybe not, guys. Sorry, we maybe missed the boat on this one. I didn't take this trade. But you do see it's this yellow up here. It's starting to get a little bit of volume. Just a little bit. 650 million market cap already, though. 922. Did we see it start moving here? 922, like late September? Let me see. Where's late September? Late September. I mean, look, it looks like they're already pricing it in. It's barely moving. I don't know. Never mind. I don't know. That's one I'd have to look at a little bit more. But why can't I change? Usually I can do this. Doing stuff live is always such a pain, especially on the data side, because you never know what's about to happen. All right, let's go to Chart Builder then. We'll do it ourselves. I have too many charts here. We'll do this. All right, PancakeSwap, Spot Dex DAO. Let's see if we can do this. Let's add a metric. Let's call it, what were we trying to look at again? I don't even remember. It's Aster. Aster, and we want Dex volume. Okay, we'll take the price. We do want that, actually, over the last 3 months here. And is it going to give it to us? Over the last 3 months? Come on. You can do it. Make it yellow. Do you guys want price or market cap? I never know which one's easier to get a hold of. I don't know why it's only going back to September 19th. I'm trying to do 3 months, but it's not allowing. You never know. I'm gonna refresh the page here for a second. This is why getting into the data, man. It's a tough game. Okay, well, whatever. Here we go. We got price, and I also want volume. Daily transactions, perps transactions. Where is it? Perp volume. There we go. But let's make the... Wait a minute. This needs to be price. Price here. Then we're going to add a new metric, and we want it to be perp volume. And I'm going to make the perp volume. We'll make that color. We'll make kind of this gold, and we'll make it a bar. But the price we want to be a line. So we might need to make it market cap here. You can't really see it though. I want to kind of show, so like here's perps volume here and here's the price. I want to show the relationship between the price of Aster and the perps volume. So I need to add a secondary axis. Make it Y1, and then here this needs to be Y2. There we go. Okay, so you can see it here. So you can see this wasn't like really explanatory, honestly. I know that this is a class. I get. I'm telling you, I get this could be boring. I don't care. This is how you make money. Aster, the market cap started to really spike before the volume did. See what I mean? Like the price was already going up before the volume started to move up. But now the volume's way down here. And I've got people screaming at me that Aster's going to rebound. Maybe it doesn't matter, by the way. Maybe it's just CZ can do his thing. This is titled BNB versus Sui. I don't need it to be titled that. I don't know why it's titled that. Can I change the title? Aster MC versus Perps volume. Let's see. I want to check out the I'm going to send this to some of my people. Some of my people. I wonder what they have to say about this. People long Aster. What do you think about this? Perps volume dying. There we go. So that's how you do it, boys and girls. Now I'm sending it to my quants because my quants all love Aster. They're all long Aster for a lot of reasons. Maybe this doesn't matter. Maybe the perps volume comes back. Maybe CZ just lists it and does all this crazy stuff and manipulates it all the way up to Valhalla. Might do that. But this is the kind of stuff that we're looking at. When you're talking about who you're trading against, guys, and by the way, I am just one random person trading and doing my thing. There are teams of people that are doing this with ugly insider trading. Crazy, crazy bots. And tons of money to move markets to shake you out of stuff. But look at this. You tell me, how come the peak of Aster market cap was when we did 22.7 billion in perps volume? Why wasn't it here? Why wasn't it here? Here. I don't know. I want to see what my quants say about all that. All right. We'll chill it out now. We've had a long conversation. Had a lot of data, a lot of math that we've been going through. We'll chill it out. Chill it out for everybody. Just giving you an idea of what we look at. It's what I look at daily. It's what I look at constantly. I actually thought Apex was going to be a cool play, but I don't know, man. I'm probably not going to touch it after how much it's up right now. Okay, here's what I got back from my quants on Aster. You guys ready for this analysis? First take profit is $1.53. This scam has a life of its own. CZ has the money to pump it for mass extraction. There you go. So they're not long Aster because of any of this underlying foundation that I'm talking about. They're long Aster because they think it's going to get pumped. All right, let's check this out. You guys want a Bitcoin long? I think we can. I want to say we can. Oh, they're saying to long Aster. You guys want a long Aster? At 140? First take profit's 159. You guys want to do it? Do you know how many times I've been burned on Aster perps already? I've been burned on Aster perps a lot. Oh, I've been burned on Aster perps quite a bit. How do I mute notifications on here? It's not even allowing me. I'm trying to mute some of the notifications on notifications off. I'll mute forever. Okay, awesome. Thank you. Okay, the quants say go ahead and long Aster. Let's do it. What do you guys want? What do we want leverage? Aster better earn our tight stop loss is mandatory though. Okay, low lev. And SL where? Where are we making our SL? And probably here, right? We're going to get a trade in, guys. I think we got kind of a quiet day today, by the way. We got some really good, like Alex, Steve, the Canadian are obviously involved, chatting, hanging out, having fun, but I don't believe we have a lot of our regulars. I don't know where they're at. Maybe they're hanging out. Who knows? I don't know. 135 SL. Okay, bet. Thank you. 20x lev. Going for it. What do you guys think? 20x leverage? It's good enough, right? There's Dracul. Dracul, you've missed so much, man. We're going to take a 20x long out on Aster right now. Because we've, let's put our stop loss. Our stop loss triggers at, what are we stopping at? 135. We're going to put our stop loss at 135. Dracul, thanks for the repost. Thanks for just joining. I wanted to tell you, Dracul, what did I want to tell you? Oh, COAI got delisted from Blowfin, by the way. So that monster can't hurt us any longer. Our first take profit on Aster is 153. Take profit 1.53. There we go. All right, how much do we want to put down on this? I hope you have a safe travels, Dracul. I know you've been traveling. We talked about the $190 million scam where someone shorted Bitcoin into the ground before Trump's tweet. We went over a lot of data. Some of the data that you've seen that I've been sharing in our trading group. And now we're looking at Aster. And we're about to long it. But for how much, guys? How much do we want to long it with? We got 20x leverage. Let's do you guys want to do $300, something like that? So what is that? 6,000 here? What do you guys think? Is this what we want? 6,000? 10,000? You guys want to do it? Is this too much to put 500 of our, like 10% of our portfolio? That's not that bad, right? All right, guys, I think we let it dip a little bit here. Should we do a limit? Aster's going to rip. Okay, fine. All right, should we get in at 142? Well, that's pretty up there. 142? We're 20x right now. $20x. And we're going to buy long at market. I'm just kind of watching it, trying to see where it can get to. 140, 150. Can we go lower? Can we go lower than 140, 150? Come on. You know you want to. Oh, I don't think it's going much lower than 140, 150. All right, here we go. Boys and girls, we're doing it. Buy long, market, done. All right. Now we get our second 3% on 20x. We did 10% on 20x. Cool. We're doing it. We already did it. Nothing I can do about it now. We're going for it. Our liquidation price is 136, which is higher than our stop loss. So I don't know. I don't know if that's good. I'm gonna put that. My liquidation price is higher than my stop loss. There we go. We'll keep a tight stop loss on it. cool. And let's see if we can't get this. I gotta pull it out now. Here we go. There we go. We need to come here, and we need to come to... Wait a minute. Why doesn't it show? Why doesn't it show Aster? Refresh this. I'm trying to get you guys a... I'm trying to get you guys a view of this thing, but it's not allowing. I want to zoom in on our P&L. Why won't it do it? Okay, fine. We'll delete you then. Go away. We'll add a new scene. Add a new source. Window capture. Add the source. New source. Aster long. Add the source. Window. This Aster. Done. Did I get the right one? I did get the right one. And we only care about one thing here, and that is this. How come this is always red? Like the moment that we buy, it goes down like crazy. That can't possibly be an us thing. Every second that we buy, we should have shorted this. I knew we should have shorted this. Look at this. All right, there we go. We're down. Good for us. Are we gambling though? 141.6, I think. 7, something like that. What's our entry? 141.6. So 141.7. I feel like we're not gambling. I mean, 20x on 10%. That's like what do you want me to say? Get liquidated at 136. All right, guys. Well, we can monitor this. We'll monitor this for the duration. We'll see. Tell me how come when I place my order, it immediately turns blood red. All right, there we go. Okay, so we're checking out this chart. We're watching it. We're down on our Aster trade. Aster's already taken a lot of my money. Let it have the rest. Why not? Fool me once. Shame on you. Fool me twice. Shame on me. Fool me 3 times, 4 times, 5 times. It's an Aster trade. That's what we're talking about. That is what we're talking about. All right. Well, we got it up there in the top right. Already down. We're cooking. Okay, I'm getting word we should move our stop loss to 1397. 1397. Hold on, guys. Just going over here. Details. We're going to change our stop loss here. We're going to modify it. We're going to make it 1, 3. What? What is it asking me to do here? Yeah, we'll be patient. No worries. No worries, Trickle. We're always patient. You know that. 153, 1397. But we're going to hit that like right now. I mean, if we really think that it's going to move, then I don't know why we'd have a stop loss at 1397. 1397 means I close my position like now. If we think it's going up, shouldn't I add margin? Or shouldn't I close the position and then open it back up later? Like I'll eat the $100 right now and get it. If we think that it's going to rip, why would I close the position? Why would I change my stop loss? True cool. Opened at 141.7. 141.7. Blowfin. SNX been pumping, man. All right, we have our P&L tracker up there. Let's check it out. What's Gandalf talking about? Gandalf's talking about some stuff. Binance, baby. Everyone's trying to get in on Binance. Binance. I don't blame them. Binance has been one of the few profitable places lately. This is some AI generated. I wish, though. That'd be cool. Because this is not even a Ponky. That's not even Ponky right there.
They got Ponky up.
That's not even Ponky right there. That's a fake Ponky. That is a fake Ponky. Ponky getting rolled, unfortunately. Going back up soon. I know, I'm waiting, I'm chilling. But why? The thing I'm saying is, why would I raise my liquidation price if we think that we're going up? If we legitimately have conviction that we're going up, this is good for people to hear because we're having the conversation. Why would I trade it at all? I think it's going to go up. All right. Well, guys, we hang out on the trade. What happened with Ponky? Dude, I don't know, man. It's just not looking good. I don't know what could save Ponky at this point. Like, I have a lot of it, so I'm not selling because I'm down considerably on Ponky right now. But I don't know what to say. What is this KOL section? I haven't even seen that before. I don't know what to say on Ponky. You know, I think Ponky's thing is it's got zero supply control. Like zero supply control. But Ponky's bouncing off the trend line. I don't know. I'm like at a loss for words because I never thought we'd see Ponky at these levels. Rage. What's Rage doing? Is it pumping? Are they trying to pump it back up here? Let's take a look at that. Rage 2.3 million. Wow, I'm impressed by that actually. They've been pushing that pretty hard. They deserve a little bit of a win there. I can't stand Twitter, dude. Twitter literally They push the biggest garbage, man. They really do. Like this? What is this? Why do I even see this right here? I do believe in Ponky, but I mean, I don't know, man. It's tough. They have no supply control. They can't manufacture anything. SNX short trade. Do we have that on Blowfin? Can we short it here? We can. All right, you want to short SNX. I mean, it can't be any worse than what we're doing on Aster. What do you think? We short this? I haven't mapped this out at all yet. I honestly haven't looked at it at all. Is BNB really at 1300 right now? Hold on, I gotta go look at BNB real quick. God, 1270, insane, absolutely insane. You want to short SNX, huh? It is up. Let me look at this. All right, so you want to open up a short here. Let's see if we can use some of our trading tools to figure out what might happen. We had a pretty big move here, and then we had a pretty big move down here. But should we say the move down here and the move up here? What if we draw some fibs here? Just to get an idea of what's going on. Let's just get an idea of what's happening here. It's got some pretty good supports, I mean, all around it, really. SNX short. Market's kind of bullish and it's up 65%. Could be kind of dangerous. 247. I mean, we could maybe take like a lower leverage short and see if we can't find its way back down here to the 1618, 180. Like, I mean, that's possible. But what does it look like if we're actually taking some of these other fibs here? If we take it all the way down here. I don't know. It's looking like it wants higher. Am I wrong? Long Litecoin. Should we just be longing things left and right? All right, let's spread it out. I'm gonna go to Litecoin for a second here. Let's long Litecoin, then we'll come back. We'll come back to SNX. I feel like a geezer though, longing Litecoin. By the way, what's Zcash doing? Still 252. That's not bad. Litecoin. Are we longing Litecoin? We think it's about to break out here. Had that dip like everyone. It's making a move back up. Higher highs, higher highs, higher highs. Lower high, lower high. You're thinking that it's attacking this level here, Dracul? Is that the thinking? Is this your thinking that it's going to attack this? So we have this here. We have it bounce, kind of went through, hit once, but now we got some lower, higher, lower high, lower high, lower high. This did just break this level here, though, which is not like terrible. It did break through this. Does this resistance mean anything on the 5-minute, by the way? Let's go to the 1-hour chart. I'm going to zoom out. I'm going to do what our good friend Dracul always tells us. We're zooming out. We're zooming out. I mean, there was some really strong moves happening on Litecoin until that crash. And the levels up here are great. I mean, look at this if you want to talk about like actual levels. I mean, we could be targeting like 123 on a Litecoin long. Dracul, what do you think? We could have some good movement here. We could see 20%. All right, let's go. We'll chill. We'll do a 5x long on Litecoin. We'll do it at market. And we'll do it for right here. We'll do it for 200. Done. All right. So now we have that open as well. Dracul, did you see my thing? COAI got delisted. COAI got delisted. And then you want to short SNX. Do we want to short SNX? We could. We could short SNX. The only thing is, like, I haven't had much success shorting these. Okay, let me rephrase. We actually have had some success shorting some of these things, but like, I don't know if I like charting. Dracul's good at charting things that like are way up. Dracul's better than I am at charting this because this looks like up, higher high, higher high, higher high, higher high, higher high. A little bit of a downtrend here, but it started to go up, had that massive dip. Like, you could almost even, if you really wanted to, like, you could kind of draw this, which I know looks kind of ridiculous, but it was on such a good path. That you could do this even. Okay, so maybe it comes back down here. I don't know, but it looks like it could retrace back down to, if we extended this out. It could. I mean, the MACD looks like the signal line's about to come above our actual MACD. I just hate when I can't understand like where we're going to get to, where our fibs might be at. It's always tough for me to find out. %. That's close to 2%. Dracul, the Litecoin long. That's close to 2% on the Litecoin long. SNX short, I don't know so much. I don't know so much on our SNX short. Again, it's hard for me. Like these, I'm not good at I'm not good at like these things that have made big moves and understanding when to short them. I always think short, and Dracul always tells me long. So I'm always wrong on those. You know, the only comments that I get from Kick and Twitch, besides Alex Bitcoin, by the way, Alex, you're the man, are, do you want more viewers? Buy viewers here, do this. What is that even going to do for me if I botted my stream? Does that actually help you guys? I'll bot it. I don't care. Is that good? Seems bad. I don't bot anything on X. Never have. Never have. You know what project I really want to look at? I really want to look at Apex. What's going on with Apex here? You know me, man. We've seen some data that it could be doing some work. I don't get why my Aster long is at risk of ADL. If I get ADL'd out of a good trade on Aster, I'm going to lose my mind. I'm going to literally find whoever runs Blowfin. I'll get him, dude. I'll find him. I will. Should we support Ponky? Should we just give Ponky some love and take out a Ponky long and just like call it a day? I feel like we need to. I'm aware of our positions right now, guys. I'm just not going to, you can't talk about them or else they'll do the thing that you don't want them to do. So I'm not even looking at them. I understand what they are right now. I understand they're both a certain color, which hasn't happened in forever. So we're going to knock on wood. Steve the Canadian said, it went from YouTube banning people who did it to every platform selling packages. Yeah, it's so stupid, dude. There's more bots on the platform than there are actual real humans, which is kind of crazy. ETH broke 4.2K. Wow. I'm impressed with that. That's insane. ETH, man. Breaking hearts. I thought that this ETH video I had was so funny. I don't know if anyone else thought it was funny. I think I could be biased. I think some of the content that I make is hilarious. Does anyone else think this, or am I just out of my mind? I thought this was really funny.
It's like infinite caloric ROI.
So check this guy out. He's at the pet shelter. He's a crypto trader who just lost all of his money. He's at the pet shelter. Look what he's doing.
Sir, the dogs are free.
Yeah, free is good. That's like infinite caloric ROI.
Caloric ROI? Are you going to eat
these? Yeah, I can save money on groceries and use it in the trenches.
What the? Sir, the dogs are free.
Isn't that funny? Come on, guys. Come on. That's pretty funny. It's not bad. This is original content, guys. Original content. Okay, this was not original content. I stole this one. I did steal that one. This is us. Look at us, the goated blowfin traders. Up 0.01%. We did it. Do not forget about Hood. Are markets even open in the U.S.? I feel like there's a holiday or something like that, no? Oh, this is the funny ETH one. This one's so good.
Sure thing, Grandpa.
10K, just give it another day.
Sure thing, Grandpa. Excuse me.
It just lags behind BTC, but it is coming soon, I promise.
Mm-hmm. Watch your toes.
One more cycle, son.
Yeah, okay.
10K, just give it another day.
This is
Sure thing, Grandpa.
This is
Excuse me.
Gochstein, Jules, and Henoch. ETH gonna hit 10K. Come on, Shani, it's gonna do it.
It just lags behind BTC, but it is coming soon, I promise.
Mm-hmm. Watch your toes.
One more cycle, son.
Yeah, okay.
10K, just give it another.
I want to go back. I want to look at what Aster's doing right now. What price are we at? 142.63. All right, you guys. All right, you warriors. What are we doing here? Are we letting our take profit ride all the way, or are we just taking a dub, taking a nice chill easy win? $80, 80 schmackaroons, and going home. What are we doing? Let it ride. We could set a take profit here. We could set a different. What's the first take profit supposed to be? I didn't actually set the take profits correctly. So I should probably do that. First take profit at... Where am I looking here? I don't even see it. I'm sorry, I'm scrolling. First take profit's 153. But now it's changed to full take profit at 153? Okay, full take profit at 1. Is that the first and only TP? Wait for it. All right, we're going to wait. Dracul is a believer in Aster. And by the way, I am at my computer 24/7 right now. I was touching some grass this weekend, so hey, I am here though. So I can actually monitor these trades aggressively. I want to just check out, see is anyone hanging out? We are up, guys. We are up. I feel like when we have wins, we should give away money. I don't know. Is that bad? For now, it looks like yes. Okay. All right, SNX. So I've done a bad job, you guys. I know that I've been like gambling a little bit more than I probably should. We got our Litecoin. Our Litecoin's open on the bottom. Our Aster trade's open on top. We've been red on both for quite a long. Well, we've been red on Aster for a little bit. It's coming back to red. Look at, watch this. This is at 100%. We got some people thinking that Pengu's going up. I'm just in my trading chat right now. We got some people saying Pengu. Pengu too late. We could take out a Pengu trade too. Ponky would be to show it some moral support. Let's go look at Pengu. What's Pengu doing? Okay, it looks like it's too late. Okay, Pengu's too late. That's fine. Do you think Aster will drop tomorrow with the remaining airdrop? Good question. Aster has some big airdrops coming, no? Oh, do I think it drops tomorrow? My true thoughts on Aster is it is so heavily manipulated by CZ that like a lot of the stuff that we're looking at is very dangerous to look at. Like, I think that it's possible that no matter what happens, airdrops, no airdrops, who knows? I think that the coin is going to do what it's going to do, if that makes sense. I know it's not what anyone wants to hear, but I think that CZ is very much in control. He could do all sorts of things. All sorts of things. What are we checking out now? Myro. You want to go long on Myro? Let's see. Should we go long Myro? We didn't short SNX. I'm not sure I'm a huge fan of Myro here. But all these coins that are like kind of recovering, we could like long all sorts of different things right now, I think. I think we can long all sorts of things. And the markets are kind of going up, so it's like they could work, you know what I mean? It's hard. I'm like, my brain is not in a space to chart all this stuff, you know what I mean? My mind is not in the charting section. But maybe we should be. This looks like it wants to get back here. Again, all these coins look like they want to get back here. What path do they take to get there? I don't know. I do like deploying the capital a little bit more. I know Dracool's a fan of that. Dracool was making fun of me because he said you had your portfolio was at 5.5K or whatever, 5K, and it was only up like 3%. That's not enough. It's because I'm not deploying enough capital. And now it's down, by the way. We deployed some more capital and we went down. But I feel like not that bad, all things considered. Like, I don't know what to make of these charts. All the charts have the same pattern, every single one of them. Massive dip. I mean, crazy dip. And then all the way back up. So could we long this right now? We probably could. Probably could. You guys want to take a small long out on Myro? Again, I'm not like super charting right now. I'm kind of just like letting my brain go and taking trades that seem like they make sense. When was this? God, Myro's been on kind of a gross run, no? Poor Myro. Myro feels a lot like Ponky to me. Like a project that probably should be doing better than it is, but it's not, you know? It's kind of what it feels like. Remember Friday. Oh, you mean this, Dracool? This dip right here? The dip of dips? I do remember Friday just happened. I remember what happened to it. Our Aster Long's about to turn red. I guarantee it, dude. We're gonna get liquidated on it. I guarantee, with like 100% of my soul, I know we're getting liquidated on Aster. Here's the start. Watch it. Top right. I already know. Aster's liquidated me every time. Aster loves to liquidate me. Aster loves to liquidate me. I kind of want to open a long though. I want to deploy the capital. I want to like this is how I see money and stuff like that. It's a tool to spread around. It's a tool to kind of put around. You like send the soldiers out and then they bring more or they die. That's how I see it. Then close it while in profit. Dracul's taunting me. He's saying, "Hey, if you want to be paper handed on our Aster trade, then you better close it now because I don't want to hear you complaining at all." In the trading chat, quite manipulative. Aster's very manipulative. I'm long on Aster right now. And Dracul and a few other folks are saying Aster good long, but it's not because they're like, this is some great coin. I think Dracul can speak for himself. But it looks like Aster is heavily manipulated, which many of these coins are heavily manipulated. Many of them are. It's not just Aster. Dracul says it's kind of late for a spot after all that. On Aster? Here we go. It's green, and it's going to flip red. It's going to flip red in the next 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Red. Oh, it didn't flip red. That was good. Not yet, at least. Maybe I should have counted to 30. Looks like I'm not. I will say, I mean, I do agree with that. Like, you could have your TA, but it's sometimes good to bank some wins. You know what I mean? Just like bank a win or two. We've had a lot of losses in a row, right, Dracul? Like, we've been getting kind of hit hard. But not too hard, I will say. If you want like honest assessment of some of these trades that we've been taking, like we have escaped relatively unscathed. There's red. There's Aster. I should have counted to 40. I should have counted a little bit longer. Should have counted a little bit longer. But we've been getting so here's my take on trading, right? We've been in a very difficult market, maybe one of the most difficult markets that you could imagine. It has been extremely difficult, and we're learning in a very difficult environment. So you can't be too hard on yourself. We started this account with 5K, maybe 5.2K. It ran up to 5.5. We're sitting at 5. We've lost 10 to 15% of the account. Given all the things that have happened, losing 10 to 15% of your account, not bad at all. And by the way, it's not because like we were super skilled. We just didn't deploy too much of the money. Yeah, Dracul says we're quite safe. Like, it is what it is. We've done a good job. Honestly, we have. It feels like you're getting punched in the face a bunch of times, but it's not. Myra long. I am Bitcoin at 115. Okay, we're chilling. I want to find something to watch. Can we find something to watch together, guys? That we could just like let our minds relax for a little bit? Is there anything interesting out there in the world crypto related that we could watch that's not like going to be jump cut, yelling, scam this, scam that? Like, what do we want to watch that's just like super chill? I want something that is relaxing. Let's see what's going on with Hood. All right. I don't even know if American markets are open right now. Are they open today? It looks like they are. Okay, Huda's up a little bit. Okay, it came down after the close, but it's up green. All-time high was what, 150 something? The reason I'm looking at Hood is because I own a lot of Hood. 52-week range, 153.86. To the point, like, I probably need to go and take a loan out against the Hood asset and then use it for something else. That's probably where we're at with Hood. You know what I mean? Maybe we should look at how to do that. How do we do that? Take a loan out against my stock to use for other things and make more money. Let's see what happens. Let's see what they say. Asset-backed loan pitfalls. Using debt to invest. How to borrow against stocks and buy real estate. Dude, I do not want to buy real estate, and I definitely don't want to hear from a guy from 3 years ago. How to borrow against your stocks. Jazz after dark. No thanks. What is CTK? Which I should never listen to CTK. Why am I listening to CTK? Never borrow against your 401k. Dave Ramsey. The debt trick. I don't really understand this. I really don't understand. Like I do this, but buy, borrow, die to avoid taxes. You guys might think this is insane, but if you make a lot of money, you need to borrow against your assets. You really do. I just don't like fully know how it works.
When you or I want to
Neither
borrow
do you,
money,
so we're gonna figure it
we
out.
go to a bank and put up our home or something valuable as collateral. When the world's richest people want to borrow money, they can put up or pledge some of their shares in public companies as collateral for lines of credit instead of selling shares and paying capital gains taxes.
Pledging shares is when an individual puts up their stake in a public company as collateral to take on personal lines of credit. That debt can be for any number of reasons, whether it's buying real estate, investing in other companies.
This is the thing that I don't get. So I get a personal line of credit. Who cares? Like, what does that do for me? So I can buy a real estate?
Or even buying more stock of the share that's being pledged. The benefits for pledging are pretty straightforward. It allows shareholders to access cash while preserving their power within a company and avoiding capital gains taxes. Since 2006, the SEC has required all public companies to disclose pledged shares of executive officers, directors, or individuals who hold more than 5% of a company's outstanding stock. It's also important to note here that billionaires are doing the majority of share pledging, at least in terms of value. There are currently
Billionaires are doing the majority of share pledging until Soka goes in and pledges his shares.
560 executive officers, directors, and 5% plus shareholders who are currently pledging shares, but just 32 members of the Forbes 400 list of richest Americans account for the vast majority of the aggregate value of all pledged shares in the market. Tesla CEO Elon Musk is the richest and most famous pledger of company shares, but I think the more revealing and interesting example is actually Larry Ellison, the Oracle co-founder who boasts a fortune of over $100 billion. Ellison has been pledging his Oracle shares to take on debt for at least 2 decades. In 2018, Oracle's board of directors started prohibiting share pledging, but Ellison, the only Oracle employee to ever report pledging shares, was also the only individual exempted from the new company policy.
What?
For critics of billionaire borrowing,
That's oh dang it.
diversify
Sorry, guys. Let me
falls,
go here.
a lender may in a company's success. The
Where's
idea
Larry
is
Ellison? Hold on.
to have certain
Shares for debt. 22% prohibit pledging, but with exemptions for certain individuals.
That's amazing. So at Oracle, Larry Ellison's the only one that has ever pledged shares. And they made a rule saying no more pledging shares, and they exempted Larry Ellison.
And only 3.4% fully permit.
That's some politics stuff right there.
Share pledging is a corporate governance issue. It's something that outside shareholders and institutional investors frown upon. The larger the company, the more likely they are to attract sophisticated institutional investors who have certain expectations on corporate governance matters like pledging. They say that pledging creates a misalignment of incentives between shareholders. The idea here is that pledgers, by diversifying their wealth through debt-financed investments, are essentially reducing their immediate economic interest in a company's success. The bigger risk, though, is that pledgers face margin calls against loans they've taken out. If the price of a pledged stock falls...
Wait, you guys, I just heard Aster looks like it's out of gas. Close, close, close. Close it. Done. It's out. I don't have time to look at it. Here we go. Here's the there it is. 5.7%, guys. We made 5.7%. And I think we made what, 20 bucks? 20 bucks? They cannot afford to lose their ASN. I get it for sure. Dracul, I got word that we needed to close our Aster long, so it's done. Aster long closed. I'm not like able to monitor it and track it as much as I would like, so you know, I'm just going with what people are who are very much tracking it are saying. 5%. Hey, what you gonna do? Not bad. We were positive. That's our first positive Aster trade I think I've had. Litecoin. Litecoin's up $5. But now we need to open another trade. Dracul, people are... You're traveling, right? People are claiming that we're getting a break of structure on Ethereum. Thanks for the heads up. Heads up, and my first positive Aster trade. Yeah, I'm never gonna complain about closing something green. All right, people are saying ETH is getting cooked right now. They say ETH has a lot of resistance at 4,200. But does it really, guys? Go for Pengu. I heard I missed Pengu. I heard Pengu got missed. I heard Pengu's missed. I saw in the trading chat that we could short ETH 100x at 4240. Someone said that. I don't know if it's true or not, but they're speaking my language. They are speaking my language. They are speaking my language. What did you highlight earlier? What did you highlight earlier? On Pengu?
A lender may demand the borrower put up more collateral to secure a loan. If a pledger isn't liquid enough to do that, then they may have to sell a significant amount of the company's stock being pledged, which can put further downward pressure on the share price and generate more anxiety amongst outside shareholders. Margin calls against pledged shares can risk spiraling into a domino-like effect on the stock.
Many companies don't make
That's
arguments
what I'm worried
against
about, Dracul. Like, margin calls against the pledged shares. Isn't that a problem? Isn't that like a big problem?
pledging, but defenders of the practice, including Tesla, argue pledging creates a fiduciary relationship between pledgers and shareholders. In 2018, the electric car maker argued
What did you highlight earlier on ETH? I'm not sure. I
that
missed a lot of
pledging
messages.
gives, quote, executive officers flexibility in financial planning without having to rely on large cash compensation or the sale of company shares, thus keeping their interests well aligned with those of our stockholders while also mitigating risk exposure to the company.
When we talk about share pledging, we have to keep in mind that it is a limited slice of the overall pie of
Okay, but this doesn't tell me how to do it. I
assets
don't
that
care. I don't care what Elon Musk is doing. Tell me how to do this. How do I make money from pledging shares? All right, since no one else will tell me. You know who will tell us? I am up $1 million on my hood trade from 2 years ago, and I want to pledge my shares and borrow money against them. Give me a super simple breakdown of how to do this and why I would want to do this and why I might not want to do this. Also tell me what happens if the shares go down in value. Jakul will tell us. Can you guys even see this? I'm going to zoom in a little bit for you guys to see this. We're zoomed in. You want to borrow against your hood shares instead of selling them. This is usually called a margin loan, securities-based loan, or portfolio line of credit, PLOC. How it works step by step. You pledge your hood shares as collateral to your broker or bank. Example, you tell your broker, I want to borrow against my 1 million worth of hood shares. They value your shares and decide how much you can borrow. Usually you can borrow 50 to 70% the value of the liquid stocks. So maybe you can borrow 500. You get cash typically wired into your account. You can use the cash for anything, invest more, buy property, fund a business, etc. You don't sell your shares, so you don't trigger capital gains taxes. You pay interest on the borrowed amount. Interest rates vary. I have to pay interest on this? Guys, this seems like a scam already. Get your portfolio to the bank and tell them you want a loan for X amount, and you'll have a portion of whatever portfolio. Okay. So far, so good. You're cool. Why would you want to do this? Avoid taxes, no capital gain taxes, access to liquidity, get cash, leverage, you can reinvest the funds, flexibility, you can pay it back anytime, and as long as your shares maintain value, you're fine. This is the scary part. Interest costs, you're paying to borrow your own money. Yeah, that seems like a scam. Leverage risk, if your shares fall, the broker may require your collateral for sale of your shares. I know, I don't want to pay interest on this. What the heck? Might as well just pay taxes then. What's the point? If I'm going to pay taxes, long-term capital gains is what, 20%? Why would I pay 10% to borrow my shares? Does that make sense? I could just pay 20% to the government and get the cash free and clear. Or I can pay 10% APR to the bank to borrow my own money. That seems weird. Doesn't that seem weird? So if I'm up 1 million, I could pay 200K to the government, or I can pay 100K to borrow it. Thank you, Alex Bitcoin. Always supporting, man. You guys are always supporting. You guys are good. And we're learning a lot together. Where else are you going to learn this stuff? Trakul says the approach is twofold. Pros, avoids the selling no tax event. Get cash fast. Keep your exposure to hood. Can work great if hood stays stable or rises. But what if hood falls fast? Real world example with numbers. Yes. Yes. Give me a real world example, please. Hopefully you guys have to learn this too, because we're all going to be crypto billionaires by the end of this. We're going to need to borrow against all of our shares. Okay, you own 1 million. You want to borrow 500 against 50%. The broker charges you 8% interest. You keep all your shares. You didn't sell them. Hood stays around 1 million in value. You pay interest, 40,000 for the year. Okay, so it's just on the loan. Okay, so that's why. If I sell 1 million, it would be 200K. So it's a lot more. That's why. Okay. Okay, so this all makes sense. So the interest we're paying is just on the loan, which is good. So that's number one. Instead of paying 20% on the entire value. Wait, no, I don't want to ask you that. Instead of paying 20% on the $1 million, we just pay 8% on the amount of the loan for a year. But then I have to be able to go find somewhere where I can make 8% on that $500K just to cover the loan. And that's hard. That's hard to do. Okay, so hold on. Dracul has a hack of some kind. You borrow against your own funds. If you're not paying your installments or interest, the bank will own your collateral, but you didn't sell. Wait a minute. That's genius. I can do that? Can I just not pay my interest and then the bank takes my shares as collateral, but I didn't sell them because the bank just took them, so no taxes? This is a great idea. A very sharp question, Dracul. Look at this. They're very happy with your question. This is where things get tricky. No, you can't skip paying interest and have the bank just take the shares without it counting as a taxable sale. If the shares are taken or sold to cover a loan, it's treated as if you sold them. And it does trigger. What? But I didn't sell them, the bank did. When you pledge your collateral for the loan, you still legally own the shares. If the broker or bank sells your shares to recover what you owe, the IRS views that as a sale by you. What? The proceeds, even if you never touch them, are used to pay off your debt. So even though you didn't choose to sell, the government says your property was disposed to pay your debt. That's a sale. $40 a share. That's disrespectful to Hood. That's disrespectful. $40 a share. We're at $140 a share. Get out of here. Eventually, Hood is taken out to repay themselves. You owe $500K plus $40K of interest. They sell your $1 million. Wait, they sell all $1 million? What if we put the loans in a trust and then the bank takes over the trust? Boom. What about that? So then we don't own them. Yes, yes. This is what we need. We need an irrevocable trust. You put the Hood shares in the irrevocable trust. The trust is borrowing money. You can't use those shares as personal collateral or access the money without triggering it. So, what? Who cares? If the trust defaults, the bank sees the Hood exit. So it's a taxable event to the trust. No loophole. All right, you guys. I think that the tax people really, you know what I take from this? The IRS really wants to get their money. All right, so we have a few different scenarios that they're playing. Okay, so it seems like they're going to get their money. I don't think so. You said, Dracul, we need to listen to CTK. I don't know if we need to listen to CTK here. I think he might be wrong. Or maybe not wrong, but I just don't think we have enough money to do it. It seems like you need billions. Forget about millions. You need billions. are you guys? I'm trying to think of what we want to look at next. But I think that this might be where we say goodbye. We've been running it for about, how long have we been live? About 2 hours. That's a pretty good number. We've learned a lot. We made 5% on our Aster play. Jerkul says you can't get away from paying taxes or from death. You probably have a better chance of getting away from death. Like, you could cheat death. You could. Can't cheat your taxes. You'll get cooked. You will get super cooked. We have our Litecoin trade open. Should we keep it? Dracul, before I sign off, should we keep our Litecoin trade open or what? Should we close it? Steve the Canadian says, in Canada, no matter what loophole or guideline you hear online that makes money taxes, the CRA has a section for it. Zero gray area. Yeah, no doubt. That's like the IRS. The IRS, again, you could commit like triple homicide and like get away with it. You cannot get away with not paying. You have to pay taxes. It's crazy. Yeah, you need a lot of wealth for them to accept it as collateral. As of next year, they will automatically file for everyone so they can start randomly arresting people. Are they really going to do that? Steve the Canadian, they're going to file for everybody, and then they're just going to start saying, you know what's going to happen too? They're going to file for you. You're going to pay, you owe $10,000. You're going to pay that. Then they're going to come to you and say, you didn't pay enough, under arrest. We're keeping our Litecoin trade open, guys. There you have it. We'll keep it open for now. Keep it open for now. Aster, real quick. I got to see what happened to Aster. What did it do? What did Aster do? It doesn't look like it did anything. All right, you guys. Hey, we're going to rug it here, but today was a fun space. Today was a space where we learned so much. We learned so much. We talked, we hung out. We had people on YouTube, Steve the Canadian holding it down. We had people on Kick, Alex Bitcoin. That's like a first. We had so many things happen. We learned about how to borrow against our assets, kind of. Why it's good, why it's bad, why probably we can't do it. We learned about some Canadian laws, and we made money on some trades. Very small money, but we're still just learning. I don't even know if we really learned anything. We learned to take the advice of the people in my trading channel. That's what we learned. That's what we learned. Learn from the quants. That's what we've learned. So, lots of stuff. Steve the Canadian said they're filing for everyone under 150K as of 2026. Only reason I can see that if any debt is incurred, 100%. Alex is wishing us good luck. Good luck to all of you guys as well. Great stream. Thank you, Steve the Canadian. Always informative. Again, there's a lot of data coming out today. I'm trying to get back to the roots. I like to have fun, so sometimes I'll post some stuff that's just like more fun. But I do like to give data that we can actually make some money on. So much love, you guys. We are rugging the stream here. We will be back tomorrow. It's much love as always. As always. Thank you guys for supporting. Peace out. Is Pepe the Frog. Ring, 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 ring. Yes, this is dark. Here come that boy. Oh shit, what up? Never gonna give you up.